Hello again everyone, and welcome back to the 52-week illustration challenge. As you can see, we are already in week 15. Time just seems to fly. But anyway, with this one, this was actually a whole lot of different combinations of things when I came up with this concept. I had just gotten this new little sketchbook, as you can see there. It's a little A5 sketchbook from Mont Marte, and it's a very textured sketchbook. It's 150 grams, so I guessed it would hold watercolor fairly well, and not necessarily too many heavy layers of wash, but yeah, it held up fairly okay. It buckled a bit, but I expected that. It did a lot better than I thought it would, actually. But this textured paper is quite strange. When I was drawing the sketch in there in the red pencil, as you can see, when I would erase, it would lift some of the fibers of the paper, and it made this very rough feeling underneath, which was strange. And if this sketchbook is meant for sketching, shouldn't the paper be able to withstand erasing? I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, other than that, I did like sketching in this little sketchbook. It's a convenient size, and I do like the texture despite the fact that it doesn't hold up well to erasing. And yeah, it's portable, it's easy for me to take with me, and I actually came up with this little picture of the mouse with the letterbox while I was at work. And yeah, it worked out really well. I was very happy with the concept, and I decided I would go ahead and paint it. At first I wasn't sure if I should paint it or if I should, do stippling or something, but then I realized stippling with the amount of detail in this piece would take me forever, and this would be like a 4-hour long video. So just watercolors as usual. But I was actually planning on using my Winsor & Newton Cotman series paints, but I changed my mind because this is for the 52-week illustration challenge. I wanted to actually use my White Nights, my Russian palette, because it has a better finish, and I don't know, the Winsor & Newton for me doesn't have that nice of a finish, and the colors are kind of weak, and I really need to load them up to be able to get a nice solid color. I don't know if it's just me, but with my White Nights, the colors are quite vibrant and strong, and with my mop brush that I'm using again there from Art Secret, I can, get as much pigment on the page as I need. And this paper is quite absorbent for something that's 150 grams. I was very surprised. Maybe it's because of the texture. The fibers just absorbed it better. And so the color would actually, kind of like fade out a little bit, and I would have to do an extra layer. But that didn't bother me too much because it held the colors well after the second layer. But I have to admit, I'm filming this today on Saturday, and I'm very tired this weekend. It's just been a long week. I don't know why, but my system just feels out of it. Maybe because it's springtime and we're in that fluctuating stage here in Finland between freezing cold in the mornings and then warm in the afternoon. So if you wear your winter jacket, you're going to be sweating, and my system is not enjoying that. So it's making me quite tired, and just my system is getting worn out by that because it's just waiting for a more reasonable temperature, I guess. So when I started to paint this today, I just didn't have the energy. I tried to put on some good music while I was doing this and relax myself so that I wouldn't rush through it and just try to get over it. And I also had a monster headache when I woke up. I took a painkiller, and it still didn't go away for several hours, and it was a very strong painkiller. So I thought, oh no, I'm developing a migraine. This is really going to put like a spike in my tire for the day. But I relaxed. I watched RuPaul's Drag Race. I love that so much. And yeah, I just rested for a while. Then I ate some lunch, had some lasagna, and then I was okay again. Then the headache subsided enough for me to be able to tackle this, but it was still sort of there, and the lights on the desk didn't help very much. So in a way, I was kind of rushing a little bit. with the grass, I didn't try to put very much variation in the color as I eventually did with the trees. You'll see in a minute. I realized afterwards that I should have done them in the same way, where I did light layers working into, light and dark patches. But the headache was just just annoying me, and I was just thinking, time is of the essence here, and I kind of need to just get things done. So I left the grass the way it was and gave the trees a little bit more definition here, but that's about it. And so I wasn't too proud of myself for that. And eventually with the mouse as well, I love doing these mice. You guys have heard me say this before. I just love them. They're my little characters, and I liked the sketch of this one. I thought it's cute, and I thought, I'll just do this one the way I've done all the others, except that this time I'm using my mop brush, which I didn't do with any of the others. But that was only the first part of it. So the mop brush, for some reason, was just throwing me off. And then when I switched to one of my finer brushes, I switched to one of the wrong ones, like my super fine. I had this other set that I bought from an art store. It was actually fairly cheap for a set of 4 of them, or was it 5? I can't remember. But they have just the right kind of bristles to be able to do fur. And since I picked up the wrong brush set that was too fine, the fur wasn't looking right to me immediately. And you'll see that in a minute after I'm done with the letterbox here. When I start actually laying down the fine little hairs, they weren't looking right to me. And then I realized, I looked at the brush for a second, I was like, hey, hang on, this is the wrong brush. So then you'll see me switch to the one that I normally use for fur, and then it went a bit more smoothly. But I didn't do as many layers of dark and light fur as I normally do, again, because I was afraid this migraine was just going to, sneak up on me again and take over. And then the whole project would have to be put on hold, and I didn't want to have to come back to it later because I am tired. So I just basically pushed through. So a lot of things as well, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the white on the fur and how to tackle that. If I was, feeling a bit better and had more time to concentrate, I probably wouldn't have gone the route that I did. I probably would have, tried to figure out another way of preserving the white better than I did, but, it is what it is now. There's not much I can do about it. And, so here you can see that I'm tackling the fur now with this wrong brush. The fur is too long and too thin, which you'd think, okay, for fur that's fine. That's what fur is. It's long, thin strands of hair. But it's not right for me. So here, I switch out. I couldn't take it. I was like, this is wrong. It's not working. So here I went to my old faithful fur brush. Immediately liked it, so I went back over the thin hairs that I'd already just done and tried to fill them back in with my proper, what I like to call my fur brush. It's silly, but it's little things like that, little details that annoy me if I don't do them the right way. My mice are precious to me, so the way that I execute them is kind of important to me. But yeah, so that's basically how this went down for the rest of this. And then at the end, I hardlined with my Micron pen. I should have also come in with my white gel pen, but I didn't. I just didn't want to for some reason. But now that I look at it, I feel like I should have. But, hindsight, 2020. Other than that, I'm just going to quickly talk about updates to my Etsy. I know that last time I didn't talk at all in my geometric video because I was so disappointed with how it came out in every aspect. But I meant to mention then that I have, more stuff up on my Etsy now. I actually have some of the jewelry that I make, my resin jewelry, up for sale, so you guys can go and check that out. And there's actually a load more waiting to be uploaded. So if you guys keep an eye out on that, you can grab yourself a nice custom-made piece of jewelry. And I do take custom orders as well if you'd like to design your own piece or pick your own flower, basically. You just have to drop me a message and let me know. But yeah, I'm super happy with that, and I will also be ordering postcards for people who are interested in doing post-crossing or anything like that. And I will also be uploading my prints that I normally have, my art prints. I will not be putting any originals in the shop because I'm just to attach to them at the moment, so you can just buy some prints at the moment. They will be matte. They will not be glossy like they are with some of the older prints that I have in there, my little A6 prints. I will try to get some A5s in there instead that are a matte finish, and that will hopefully have a nicer quality and look to them that I would actually like. But yeah, that's a quick update on my Etsy, so please check that out. If you need to find a link for that, it is down in the description box below. And now I can't talk. So please head on over to my Etsy shop and just check it out, you know, and let me know what you think. And also please drop a like here and a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Every little bit helps. And thanks so much, you guys, for tagging along. I hope you guys like my little mouse here, and is anybody else doing this challenge too, that I'd, you know, be able to go and check out your videos? You know, please let me know. But that's it for now, for today. Thanks, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and let's hope next week starts off with a big bang. So have a great one, you guys. Thanks a lot, and see you later. Bye!